Hi everyone, today I wanted to do another book tag. So I wanted to do the tag of book sacrifice tag. So this is basically books that I don't really like. And so there's 4 scenarios and you have to choose a book that's within the scenario to get rid of. So let's get started. So the first one is an overhyped book. So let's start off with a zombie apocalypse. Let's say you're in a bookstore just browsing when, bam, zombies attack. And over the PA system, they say that the military has discovered that the zombies' only weakness is overhyped books. What book that everyone else says is amazing, but that you really hated, do you start chucking at the zombies, knowing that it will count as an overhyped book, and successfully wipe them out? So my first one is one that I was excited when it was coming out, and so many people were excited it was coming out. I went to Barnes & Noble's the same day to get it. I started reading it the first day, and it was Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. And so this is not necessarily in the Harry Potter series, books 1 through 7. This takes place like 18, 20 years after the last book ends, and it kind of tells of what happens to Harry Potter and his kids time at Hogwarts. But so it was based off a story of J.K. Rowling, but it was actually written by John Tiffany and Jack Thorne. And I don't know if it was because it wasn't written by J.K. Rowling that it just lacked the spirit of the other books. Some of the times you've read about these characters through 7 books, and then stuff happens in this book, and you're like, that just doesn't seem them. Harry is a much more angrier person, and just not very close to his kids, and just stuff that happened in the other books. You don't really think that that's going to happen. That's just not Harry Potter's character. So even though it was fun seeing his son go to Hogwarts and get sorted into the different houses and all that in their adventure, but just the characters, and then even some of the side stories were just a little convoluted. Whereas J.K. Rowling, she'll make very if some of the storylines are a little confusing at first, by the end you're like, oh, okay, I see where that goes. But I just didn't really. It was just a little too much in Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. So this is a book that I would get rid of. So the second one, a sequel. Let's say you've just left the salon with a smashing new haircut and boom, torrential downpour. What sequel are you willing to use as an umbrella to protect yourself? So I chose a book in a series that I like. And to me, the middle book, the sequel, they could have done without. And that is The Elite by Kira Cass. So this is part of the Selection series, and it's about a girl named America, and it's kind of like Bachelor meets Royalty, and she's vying for the hand of the prince of the land. And I'm going to talk a little spoilers, so if you don't want to know, you can fast forward a little bit. But there's two guys that she likes, and she keeps just making wrong decisions. And she just doesn't seem to, know herself enough to, make a decision on which guy she likes. So it just got really annoying, and then just her character got really annoying. And so a lot of the stuff was fixed in the 3rd book, and then it just came around to a conclusion when you're like, oh, okay, that's good, finally, okay, that changed. But in this one, it was definitely a book that I was like, oh, okay, it could have been done without. So this is a sequel that I would definitely get rid of. So the second one, a classic. Let's say you're in a lecture and your English teacher is going on and on about how this classic changed the world, how it revolutionized literature, and that you get so sick of it that you chuck the classic right in their face because you know what? The classic is stupid and it's worth detention just to show everyone how you feel. What classic do you chuck? Now, this is a classic a lot of people like, but I just really don't like it. It's Emily Bronte's Worthington Heights. If you want a good romance by a Bronte sister, go with Jane Eyre. This one, a lot of people say it's romantic. It's just a little too gothic, dark for me. The characters are not, for me, very likable. You have Heathcliff and Catherine, who are just always almost at odds, just like the whole thing, and I just don't see that as kind of romancy. So a lot of people like it. I just don't really like it. Again, I like classic literature, but this was just one that I've tried and tried to like, but I just couldn't. So this is the one that I would chuck. So, and the last one, your least favorite book for life. Let's say you're hanging out in the library when, bam, global warming explodes and the world outside becomes a frozen wasteland. You're trapped and your only chance of survival is to burn a book. What is the book you first run to, or your least favorite book for life? What book will you not regret burning? And this is another classic. It's one I don't like, but people like it. It's Romeo and Juliet. I just don't like it. They're 13. It takes place over 2 days, and they die. It's just not a romance. It's a sad story. I know it's supposed to be tragedy, but it's just so frustrating when you're like, why are you making these decisions? And so this is one that I just really don't like, and I've tried to like it. All classic books I've tried like more than once, twice to like them throughout the years, but especially this one and this one, I just don't like it. So this is the book that I would get rid of. So anyway, those are 4 books that I don't like. I got an overhyped book, a sequel, a classic, and one of my least favorite books. So that I don't like. So that's the book sacrifice tag. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.